In today's video, we'll be talking about the performance and tech behind Grand Theft Auto 6. We'll be looking at the Digital Foundry breakdown and Q&A videos. Thank you so much to Skater for the suggestion on my Discord server. We'll try to summarize all of the information that they gave us. We'll look at other summaries of the performance based on these analysis. What should we expect based on what was shown to us so far from the first trailer? What performance might Rockstar be targeting? What are the platforms GTA 6 will likely come to? And the performance of the title's future iterations. We'll touch on the PlayStation 5 Pro, Switch 2, and everything to try and better understand how the performance of this game is looking based on what we know so far. Before we begin, a friendly reminder, if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button, leave a like on the video as most of my viewers are not subscribed. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support you guys show on the videos. If you haven't joined the Discord server yet, you can find the link in the description. Additionally, you can also become a member of the channel if you like what I do and want to support the channel further. But let's start with the Digital Foundry breakdown of the GTA 6 trailer. You can find the link to the breakdown and the Q&A that they did in the description of the video. Firstly, they said that 80% of the trailer looks suitably easily done in real time on the current gen consoles. Of course, we know that Rockstar always shows us how the game will look in-engine in their trailers. They don't use CGI, they don't create fake trailers to set false expectations. They always deliver and over-deliver on what they show, and there are clues in this trailer that give away the fact that the game is running in real time. The first thing is the breakup of image quality. If you look at the hair of the characters, you can see aliasing. You can see that there's some jaggedness on the edges of the hairs, and that's a good thing because it gives away that it's running in real time. It's actually in game. Also, the trailer doesn't have that crisp, perfect 4K look in all shots. It looks more like a sub-native 4K, which is another giveaway, and it also looks like they might be aiming for 30 FPS, but we'll get back to that later. That's purely because all of the intense technology that can be seen in the first trailer, Rockstar seem to be integrating some pretty intense stuff in order to push the envelope. For example, proper ray traced global illumination, which was also mentioned in the graphics rendering patent we looked at in a previous video. RTGI is visible in multiple shots. For example, the scene with Lucia in prison, you can see how the sunlight coming through the window reflects off of her jumpsuit onto her face and also her surroundings. For example, on the walls you can see the slight orange tint, also on the bunk bed that can be seen on the right side of the frame. And the reflections also shift when she moves her body. This was also described in the patent, how light will change direction and will react to dynamic objects. Also, ray traced reflections seem to be integrated. The side mirror on the car in the scene with Jason and Lucy escaping from the police, you can see a car moving in it. Another example is the tow truck. You can see how the tow truck reflects accurately on the street beneath the Florida man. Furthermore, the scene with the naked man that's being chased by the cop, when the truck covers him in the last few frames of the scene, you can still see him in the puddle underneath the truck. The flamingo shot in the trailer, one of the first shots, the water reveals some SSR disocclusion artifacts. So Rockstar might be doing ray traced reflections and also overlaying SSR. Moving on to the next leap in technology, we have the shadows and hair. Firstly, the hair across the entire trailer looks phenomenal. It is clear that Rockstar put a lot of effort into the hair for this game. There is no visual clipping, and you can also see the dithering patterns in the hair. Of course, it doesn't look like real life, but hair has always been a problem, and this is the best we can hope for. Hair has always been problematic across all games, and Rockstar has got it to a point where it looks realistic enough. I think we can all agree that this is some of the best hair rendering we've seen. The way it flows and looks, the shot with the bikini girl, and also the shot with Ruddy when he's performing that stunt with the pickup truck are the best examples for this. You can see how hair is affected by wind and also the motion of the characters. The next significant improvement and tech that can be noticed in the trailer is in the character rendering. It's clear that Rockstar is going for a stylized realism rather than photorealism. They aren't going for the photorealistic look that can be seen in the Matrix Awakens demo, for example. You can tell by the way the eyes of the characters look, the smooth skin. It is clear that Rockstar is aiming for a more stylized look. The original GTA games also aimed for a more cartoony look, and it looks like Rockstar is again bringing this to the GTA franchise while still bringing us realism with an added stylistic touch. And of course, every other Rockstar title has had its own unique art style, so I'm glad they're continuing the trend with GTA 6. Also, the crowd scenes are another thing that stands out. In the trailer, they're more dense than in any prior GTA game, and even Red Dead Redemption 2. To have so many characters with the realistic hair rendering on every NPC and everything that's happening at the same time with the draw distance, the vehicles, it's pretty intense. The next point that Digital Foundry touched on in their breakdown breakdown is could consoles hit 60 FPS? We'll expand on this even more later in the video because that's one of the biggest questions right now. From what we've seen in the first trailer, Rockstar seemed to be aiming for 30 FPS. That's what it looks like. Of course, there's more to be shown, but if we take the GTA 5 trailer, for example, it showed a pretty accurate representation of the final product. That's in terms of performance. Rockstar has always made the final game look better than the trailer, but for now, we are looking at 30 FPS 1440p-ish resolution. And that's because of the CPU power that is required for all of the NPCs, all of the graphics rendering improvements, all of these ray traced reflections can't just be turned off. In regards to the Series S, Rockstar is gonna have to make it work. It will need a fallback. There will be differences in image quality, obviously. So Rockstar might opt for a blurrier image, but try to retain the game's character, keep it consistent across all consoles, while compromising on image quality. Also for the Series S, there might be some texture downgrades, a resolution downgrade, 720p potentially, removal of trace reflections. Memory management might be the biggest challenge and not the graphics with this console. Now let's circle back to the 60 FPS question. Can GTA 6 run 60 FPS? It might be a compromise Rockstar has to make in order to push the boundaries in the simulation aspects and density aspects. Interestingly, Rockstar has not released a 60 FPS game that wasn't a remaster. 60 FPS would compromise of what they're trying to achieve with this game. They're going for immersion and scale, so some compromises have to be made, and 60 FPS might be one of them, at least until the hardware improves for consoles, but PC will definitely be the best way to play the game at max performance. In case any of you are wondering about the Switch 1 and 2, let's be real, GTA 6 won't be on the Switch 2. This is a game that is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with all of the ray tracing and graphical improvements, and just the world that requires so much CPU power, it's not feasible. I also want to look at this recap by Skater from my Discord server as it may give us more clarity. In the trailer, the game was running at 1440p upscaled to 4K at 30 FPS. That's the performance they're aiming for. The trailer has shown incredible NPC density and physics. All that stuff is very demanding on the CPU, and that's the problem. To achieve those kinds of physics and NPC density, they're using all the CPU power the consoles have to offer, something other games that have come out so far have not done to this extent. Other games have performance modes in which the game runs at a lower resolution, or some demanding rendering effects like ray tracing are turned off, but doing that won't work on PS5 and Xbox Series X. The GPU power of those systems isn't the issue here, it's their CPU power. Therefore, Rockstar can't just turn off RT and render at a lower resolution, and they can't just turn off or lower the physics either. That's literally the foundation of the game. As for Series S, the console actually has a slightly higher CPU clock speed than the PS5. Its GPU is just vastly inferior. Therefore, Series S will probably also run the game at 30 FPS with the same physics, just at a lower resolution and without the RT effects. Now about the PS5 Pro, leaks about the console have told us that its GPU power will be much greater than that of the base PS5, but with only minimal improvements to its CPU. Therefore, the problem still remains. The game might look better visually, maybe native 4K and run smoother, less frame drops, but the FPS will probably still be locked to 30 FPS. Maybe, just maybe, they will implement a 40 FPS mode, but that's the most I can see happening. The PC version will probably come out by 2026, and by then PC CPUs will be almost twice as powerful as the CPUs in the Gen 9 consoles. PC will be the definitive way to play this game for max graphics and performance. Source: Digital Foundry's 2 videos on the GTA 6 trailer. They are tech experts specifically when it comes to video game graphics, so they know what's up. But that's everything in regards to the tech and performance in GTA 6 that we know so far. Leave your thoughts on everything we discussed in today's video in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more GTA 6 videos just like this one. If you haven't joined the Discord server yet, you can find the link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.